you tell me about this little Halo Easter egg mission that you've got and sort of how it came about? I know you're not going to tell me necessarily exactly. We'll let people experience it for themselves, but where did it come from? Who came to who? And yeah, I'd love for you to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So the sort of Halo X Forza crossover thing goes back years and years, right?
Yeah.
The Warthog first appeared in Forza Motorsport 4, I want to say.
Yeah, in the you could just look at it in
a
Forza
Forza Vista. Yeah. Which so that that was I guess the intersection point between the two franchises in that regard. You might remember. So we had the Warthog in 3. And almost as a way of explaining why we've got the Halo Warthog, we kind of felt that we should, create some kind of experience around it in Forza Horizon 3. So we had the bucket list feature, and we created a little sort of Halo nostalgia bucket list experience using the Warthog, and a little bit a piece of music from Halo 4 or 5, I want to say, I can't remember which. And really that was it. You drove the Warthog in Australia, the music played, and we were like, hey, Halo. And then, so that was that. And there was I don't think there was like, oh, we should do something more. But you're familiar with the showcase feature that we've had right since the start of the Horizon games, which kind of started off back in 2011, 2012 as our take on the kind of like crazy experiences that Top Gear of old used to do,
racing jets.
Exactly. And obviously that sort of inspired the thought process of how could we do something similar and maybe a little bit outlandish and different. And since then, showcases have become like a signature feature of ours. We always do showcases. We always try and plus up the showcases, in the current game from what we've done previously. And as a result, it gets harder and harder to think of the thing you're going to race against.
Yeah. Speeding train, blimp, wait.
Yeah, like lots of hot air balloons. And so in this game, I think we found that, that ideation process more difficult than we've ever done before, which is not to say, that's not a bad thing necessarily. It just makes you think further outside the box than maybe you have done previously. And one of the pitches that our design group came up with, and which came from one of our like absolutely all-time Halo fans that we have in our design team, Mike, was what if we were racing against like a pelican from Halo, and we were like, okay. But the pitch was, it's like an AR experience, it's like sort of augmented reality. And we took it from there, and the execution, as I think one of your colleagues saw at Gamescom, and as everyone I think will see not too distant future when we're actually going to sort of show it to everybody pre-launch, is amazing. And it takes very much its inspiration from a mission way back in the original Halo game, if you remember the Silent Cartographer.
Of course.
And if you remember that, and you're kind of as big a Halo fan as Mike is, which to be honest few are, you'll get a ton of references out of it, as well as having just a really cool unexpected showcase event as well.
Sweet. So you guys start with it, and then 343 probably, in the spirit of keeping it in the family, says, okay, like I guess theoretically they could have said no, but they'd have been perfectly within their rights to say no. They own Halo. They're the stewards of Halo. Yeah.
They were great right from the start. I think perhaps because they loved the way the Warthog looked in Forza, they were really forthcoming with assets. There are a ton of Halo assets outside of the Warthog. In this particular, it's like a 5-minute experience.
Sweet.
Or something like that. But they've been absolutely great with it.
See, I'm just waiting for the Bugatti in the next Halo now.
yes,
The crossover the other way.